Number 4, 6'4" sophomore Frankie Hughes. Number 5, 6' senior Jabron Cox. Number 11, 5'11" junior Kyle Sturgis. And finally, number 23, 6'10" senior Dave Bell. And now, your Menor Cardinals, coached by Bob Krasancic, defending Division I state champions. Starting, number 2, at guard, 6'1", Kyle Hagee. Also starting at guard, number 3, 5'6", sophomore Andrew Valeri. Also at guard, 6'2", senior, number 5, Connor Krasancic. Also at guard, 6'1", junior, number 11, Joey Zall. And finally, a 6'4", senior guard, number 25, Caleb Potter. Starting with the lights is coached by Sonny Johnson, assisted by Demetrius Johnson, Tim Burge, James Sieber, James Tribble, Mike Cottingham. The Cardinals, coached by Bob Krasancic in his 21st season, assisted by Neil Brantz, Brian Malukas, Aaron May, Tony Wilson, Jason Crow, Chris Parsons, and Jim Clark.
Here we go, Pete Stark, Cardinal TV. We welcome you here to the matchup this evening between the Menor Cardinals versus the Garfield Heights Bulldogs. It's a rematch of a game these two teams just played about a week and a half ago. The Cardinals victorious in the road victory against Garfield Heights, winning that game by 8 points, 74-66. Looking to win this matchup at home this time. And the tip goes to the Bulldogs. Inside to number 2, Willie Jackson, putting it up early. Missing the shot, but fighting for the rebound. Number 2 ends up with it again. Willie Jackson puts the bucket in. Quick 2-point lead for the Bulldogs over the Cards. Once again, the Cards changing their starting lineup this evening. It's their 4th different starting lineup on the season. Caleb Potter taking a bucket, putting the ball in the basket, tying the game, 2-2. Good take for Caleb. But the Bulldogs quickly on the move. Number 23, the big man for the Bulldogs, missing on that shot. That's Dave Bell, the senior center for the Bulldogs. He's Ohio State bound next year. And the bank is open. Caleb Potter right into 3, 5-2. The Cards with the early advantage over the Bulldogs. It's going to be a turnover going back in the Cards' direction. Again, wanted to recap the starting lineup this evening. Second leading scorer and second leading rebounder on the season, Caden McClure, the 6'7" forward, out this evening with a leg injury. So we find Andrew Valeri in the starting lineup. We do also see the return of Mr. Hagee, Kyle Hagee, back in the starting lineup. Joey Zog, Caleb Potter, and Connor Krasancic round out the starting 5 for the Menor Cardinals. Hagee taking it to the basket, but kicked it out to Joey Zog. Joey Zog looking for someone to pass to, gives it over to Connor. Connor Krasancic with the dribble, looking for a pick. He's going to pass the ball over to Andrew Valeri. Valeri going to swing it around to Zog, fakes the shot. Connor looking to take it in the paint. Oh, and he's swatted back by Dave Bell. The 6'10" big man for the Bulldogs with the swat, calling for the ball on the offensive end. Kicks it out. Number 11, Kyle Sturgis, with the ball at the top. He's going to look inside to Dave Bell. And they're going to call a blocking foul. First, I think they were looking at possibly a charge on that, but they're going to let the big man, number 23, Dave Bell, go to the free throw line. Calling the foul on Joey Zog. It's the first Cardinal foul on the night. Cardinals coming into this game with a 6-7 record, hoping to even up their season record to get back to 500 at 7-7. So we'll see what they do this evening. Bit of a careless pass, but ends up in the hands of Kyle Hagee. Hagee looking to swing it around. Joey Zog taking it to the basket and scoring the points, and we're going to put him at the free throw line. Chance for a three-point play opportunity for the Cards. Nice fake and a take for Joey Zog going to the line. Cards up 7-4, 6:04 remaining in the first quarter of play. Cards have a busy weekend facing Garfield Heights this evening. Not an easy matchup by any means. Garfield Heights ranked number 9 in the Plain Dealer top 25. But then they face off on Sunday versus VASJ. VASJ ranked number 1 in the News Herald top of the crop and number 3 in that Plain Dealer top 25. Also, they're ranked number 3 for the AP in Division 3 for the state poll. The Vikings come in with a 7-5 record going into this weekend. The Bulldogs off on that shot. Again, we're seeing Nick Filler in early this game, just as last game against Willoughby South. Caleb Potter had to pull back that 3 attempt and give it over to Mr. Hagee. Takes it to the bucket, takes it in for the basket there, pushing the lead up to 10-4 for the Cards over the Bulldogs. Good to see Mr. Hagee back in action after his concussion-like symptoms took him out of the previous 2 games last weekend. Desperately missed by the Cards. They lost that game last Friday to Medina, 77-72, but came back home last Saturday for the 72-59 victory over Willoughby South. This is a matchup this evening of 2 NOC Valley teams. Cards come in with the 2-3 record versus NOC Valley competition. Going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. Number 11, Kyle Sturgis.
Number 34, Brandon Johnson entering the game.
Connor Krasancic looking to inbound the ball. Again on Sunday, that matchup versus VASJ, that's going to be at Walsh University. It's going to be in the Dunk for Diabetes Showcase. They're going to be facing off against the Vikings at 4:45 p.m. That former Vikings coach, Ted Kwasniak, whose son is the current head coach for the Vikings, Babe Kwasniak. Ted Kwasniak here scouting out the game a little bit, getting some inside information on the Cardinals matchup this weekend. That 3-pointer by the Bulldogs going to tie up the game, 10-10. Krasancic looking to get some room here, going to dish it off to Nick Filler. Nick Filler taking it to the basket, putting it up. And they're going to call offensive foul on Nick Filler. It's going to be the 3rd Cardinals foul of the half already. And the score is all even at 10 at this point. 3 fouls in the first half for the Cards, 2 for the Bulldogs. Coach Bob Krasancic, 535 victories and counting. Number 28th all time for the state of Ohio coaching win record. Valeri driving to the paint and kick it out. Joey Zog actually has Kyle Hagee with the strong take in the bucket, putting the Cardinals back ahead by 2. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. The Cards back to the advantage. Doesn't look like showing any ill effects from missing a couple games. Kyle Hagee back in that starting lineup this evening. The Bulldogs going to try a deep shot. That's Franklin Hughes. They got that long rebound. They're going to reset here. Number 4, Frankie Hughes, going to swing it around, going to put it down low for Willie Jackson, who's going to put up the shot. He's going to miss the shot, but they're going to fight for that offensive rebound. Cards got to do a better job boxing out their men to get those defensive rebounds. Can't give this tough Garfield Heights team any more opportunities than they already get. It's going to be a foul on the floor. Cards again with the 2-point advantage. They're going to call that one on Connor Krasanzik, so that's going to be the 4th foul already here in the first half for the Cards. A couple substitutions on the floor. Micah Potter, number 1, the big man, 6'9", coming into the game for the Cardinals. Number 23, Dave Bell, kicks it out over to Frankie Hughes. Frankie Hughes trying to get it into the big man, Dave Bell, slapped away, but he ends up back with it as he's going to draw the foul and get back to the line. Dave Bell already with 2 points on the evening. The Ohio State Buckeye recruit for Sonny Johnson. Sonny Johnson, the head coach of these Garfield Heights Bulldogs. Assistant coaches for the Bulldogs, Demetrius Johnson, Tim Burge, James Seaver, James Tribble, Mike Cunningham. The Bulldogs coming in a navy blue and Vegas gold unis. Dave Bell at the free throw line looking to hit the second shot. Putting the Bulldogs down by 1. 3:15 remaining in the first quarter of play. And a nice take by Hagee, but it's swatted back by number 34, Brendan Johnson, the 6'7" junior forward for the Bulldogs. And the Cards getting in a bit of foul trouble here early on with 5 personal fouls in the first quarter of play. 2 more, and the Bulldogs will be in the bonus situation, shooting 1-1. Nice lob and catch. Caleb Potter put it in for the deuce. 14-11, Cards with the 3-point advantage. The Cardinals' leading scorer on the season, Caleb Potter, coming into the game, averaging 18.6 points per game. Also their leading rebounder at 5.5, and also tied for the lead in assists at 2.1. So good all-around game by Mr. Potter, Caleb Potter, the senior forward for the Cardinals. And that 18.6 points per game average for Caleb Potter is up 5 points from what he had averaged last season when he was the team's 2nd leading scorer. Cards with the wide open 3, gonna put that one up. Hagee missing that, rebounded by the Bulldogs, only down by 1 point. Frankie Hughes turning the ball over. The Cards on the run, and a hard foul. Hagee goes down, drew the contact, gets right up. That's good to see, especially after being out for a couple games with concussion-like symptoms after the previous matchup versus these Bulldogs. So Hagee's going to be going to the line. Already 4 points out of the evening for Hagee, looking to extend that Cardinal lead. 14-13, 2:29 remaining in the first quarter of play. And the first one is good.
Entering the game for Garfield Heights is Willie Jackson.
A couple substitutions here once again. Going to see Kyle McIntosh coming in the game for the Cards. Also Michael Hours checking in. So we have those 2 check-ins along with Micah Potter, Joey Zog, and Kyle Hagee, who just missed that 2nd free throw. So the Cards up by 2 points. Number 11, Kyle Sturgis, bringing the ball up for the Bulldogs. Picked up his dribble under pressure, going to pass it over to Kendrick Pittman. He's going to draw the foul on the Cards. That's going to be the 6th foul of the first half. Getting a little bit sloppy on defense out of the Cards, so Coach Krasanzik's going to send his son into the game. Connor checking back in as Hagee goes and has a seat. Going to be a turnover on the Bulldogs, giving the ball back over to the Cards. The 2-point advantage on the night.
His 2nd, team's 4th.
Calling a foul on Kyle Sturgis of the Bulldogs, giving the ball back to the Cards. A chance to extend that 2-point advantage that they currently enjoy. Again, we last saw the Cards play last Saturday as they beat Willoughby South, the backyard rivals, 72-59. They had a 22-point advantage in the first half, and Rebels came back somewhat in the second half, but the Cards with a nice victory at home last week. This is still only the 5th home game on the season for the Cards. Getting batted around, and it's going to stay over here on the Bulldogs' side of the court. 1:48 remaining in the first quarter of play. 15-13. Cards with a 2-point lead. Cards have a 3-1 record at home on the season. In January 2014, 3-4 record. So looking to even out their January in the year 2014 record with a victory tonight to even out their overall record, hopefully to get to 7-7 on the season. Bulldogs putting it inside, putting it in a basket. That's Willie Jackson, a 6'5" sophomore for Garfield Heights. Game all knotted up at 15 apiece, 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Again, the Cards playing a lot of tough competition in the early going here. Scrambling their lineup around as the season's been going on. This is the 4th different starting squad for Coach Krasancic. The big man, Micah Potter, drawing the contact down low. He's going to be going to the free throw line on the season. Looking at the Plain Dealer top 25. Garfield Heights, they playing for the second time. They're in that top 25, ranked number 9. And with the Cards coming in with that 6-7 record on Sunday playing VASJ, that's going to be the 5th team out of the current Plain Dealer top 25 that are in the top 10 that the Cardinals have already faced. So a lot of tough competition here in the early going. So it'd be real nice to be able to even out that record at 500 and keep moving on to position themselves for a playoff run. Again, we are the defending state Division I champions. 1:07 remaining in the first quarter of play. The Cards with a 1-point lead, trying to tighten up on defense. Raising up for the jumper is going to be off. That's Willie Jackson. And they're going to say the Bulldogs stepped out of bounds, so they're going to go ahead and give the ball back to the Cardinals. Inside a minute to play in the first quarter. Cards with a 1-point lead. Pete Stark, Cardinal TV, coming at you again this fine evening. Another cold one here in Mentor, Ohio. Getting close to even at 0 degrees outside, just slightly above that at game time, about 5 degrees out in the elements. Glad to be indoors. Connor Krasancic taking it strong, drawing the contact. Going to call the blocking foul at Garfield Heights. Going to put 5 fouls in the first half. They're going to inbound the ball here. Connor Krasancic looking to pass the ball in. 49.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Got Mr. Energy, Paul Satika, in the game. Number 21 for the Cards as well. As the Cards getting a little bit sloppy, turning the ball over. It's going to go Garfield Heights Bulldog direction. 16-15, Cards with the small advantage here. Tight first quarter. 6 fouls for the Cards already, though, near the end of the first quarter of play. One more this half, and the Bulldogs will be shooting a 1-1 in the bonus situation. Frankie Hughes bringing the ball up the court for the Bulldogs. Gives it over to number 5, Jabron Cox. The 6-foot senior going to swing it around back to Frankie Hughes, defended by Connor Krasancic. Up to the top, Kendrick Pittman swinging it around to Frankie Hughes. Running a little bit of clock here, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Maybe playing for the last shot of the first quarter here. Kendrick Pittman, defended by Kyle McIntosh, who's now in the game. K-Mac looking to D up with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pittman's going to kick it out to number 5. Jabron Cox hitting the 3-pointer, giving the Bulldogs a 2-point advantage at the end of the first quarter. And did he get that shot up? Oh, nearly got a half-court prayer to end that first quarter of play. So 18-16, the Cardinals find themselves down by 2 at the end of the first quarter of play. Starting out the second quarter of play for the Cards, it's going to be Connor Krasancic's in there, Caleb Potter, K-Mac, Kyle McIntosh, Joey Zog, and then also Mr. Energy, 21 Paul Satika, the junior forward, 6'4", nice write up on him this week in the Varsity Chalk Talk article. Some nice complimentary words by Coach Krasancic for his junior forward Satika that I dubbed Mr. Energy following the Cardinals. Big victory over Riverside early in the season. Cardinals turn the ball over, but the Bulldogs quickly turn it over just as soon as they got the ball. So Cards lucky to get the ball back. Trying to tie the game up here, though, down by 2 points currently. A couple quick substitutions for Coach Krasanzik, getting Andrew Valeri back in the game. Kyle Hagee as well. Valeri bringing the ball up the court. Valeri getting his third start in a row. Started the previous 2 games with Kyle Hagee being down with concussion-like symptoms. And also got the nod this evening after Cade McClure couldn't play. Nice shot by Connor Krasanzik. Dropping the jumper, tying the game with 7:10 remaining in the half. 18 apiece. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight this evening, it looks like, between these 2 squads. Again, Cards won that first matchup about a week and a half ago on a Tuesday night when they were visiting at Garfield Heights. Krasanzik on the move, looking for Joey Zog. Kyle Hagee, I should say, shaking and baking, taking it into the paint. They're going to end up giving that ball back to the Bulldogs. Michael Hours looking to check back in for Satika. Going to have a seat on the bench. 18 apiece. Cardinals going to be playing in that Dunk for Diabetes game at Walsh University, which is in Canton on Sunday. Obviously for a great cause, a lot of good matchups of basketball. First set of games is going to be tomorrow on Saturday. The capper that evening is going to be at 9 o'clock, Shaker Heights versus Huntington Prep out of West Virginia. And a lot of real strong matchups on Sunday as well. Cardinals going to be facing VASJ at 4:45 p.m. And this Garfield Heights squad going to be in the nightcap over on Sunday, 8:15 versus North Canton Hoover. Ball going to remain in the Cardinals' direction. Krasanzik looking to inbound the ball as Michael Hours goes and has a seat. Coach Krasanzik talking to him as he checks out. Missing on a 3-point attempt, Caleb Potter, but fighting for the rebound, Valeri. 5'6", getting scrappy in there, fighting for the ball. Got the rebound. Going to call it a jump ball. Possession arrow remaining in the Cardinal direction. 18-18. As the quarterback of the football team this season, Connor Krasanzik passing the ball in, swinging it around. Kyle Hagee taking it strong, drawing the contact, drawing the foul. And that's going to be 6 personal fouls in the first half of play for the Bulldogs. One more. Going to put the Cards in a bonus situation. They'll be shooting 1-1. 6:01 remaining in the half. Krasanzik calling the play, looking to inbound the ball. Got number 24 for the Cards, Ian Tenku, checked in as well. Kyle Hagee with the take. Oh, and I was about to say, and the make, just nearly missed it. That shot there, but he's going to get to go to the free throw stripe to try to get a couple in the basket here to get the Cards back to the lead. Game all tied up, and Cards are in that bonus situation. That's the 7th foul on the Bulldogs this half. As Hagee calmly drops that first free throw. 6 points on the evening for Hagee in his return to action after missing the previous 2 games, and he hits free throw number 2 as well. 7 points, him and Caleb Potter tied for the high point man on the evening for the Cards as the Cards back to the advantage, up by 2, 20-18. As the Bulldogs passing the ball around, putting it into their forward there, Willie Jackson kicking it back out to number 20, Marion Jackson, who misses on a 3-point attempt. They're going to call the foul on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on number 11, Kyle Sturgis. It's going to be putting the Cards again in that bonus situation, going to shoot 1-1. Caleb Potter walking to the line. Again, leading this Cardinals squad in scoring on the season, 18.5 points per game. Caleb Potter having a good all-around year, leading the team in rebounding and tied for the lead in assists too. And the senior forward curls in that first free throw. Cards with the 3-point advantage. 8 points on the night for Caleb. And he misses the second attempt. The Bulldogs grab the rebound, but they go out of bounds. Willie Jackson going out of bounds with the ball, going to keep Cardinal possession intact. Connor Krasanzik going to pass the ball in. Joey Zog checking back in as Kyle Hagee going to have a seat on the bench. Krasanzik passing it in. Caleb Potter muscling it up. Couldn't get it to fall. The Bulldogs on the move, on the run. Put some pressure on the Cardinal defense. Frankie Hughes being checked by Connor Krasanzik. Jabron Cox. Good defense by Joey Zog. Number 20, Marion Jackson looking inside for the big man, Dave Bell. Putting it up, putting it in, drawing the foul. Going to step to the line with a chance to tie it up here. Cards up 21-20. Dave Bell, 5 points on the evening. The Buckeye recruit going to be playing at Ohio State next season. Is he going to tie it up? And he does. All tied up here. 21 apiece. Andrew Valeri in the game, bringing the ball up the court. Swinging it around to Caleb Potter. Caleb surveying the territory. What does he see? He's going to put the ball down. He's going to drive it to the paint. Looking for Connor Krasanzik. Connor going to try to make something happen. Swinging it around to Caleb. Caleb inside to Joey Zog. Going to kick it out. Caleb Potter doesn't need much room to put up that three-point attempt, which is going to come up short. Bulldogs pushing the ball in the other direction. Jabron Cox going to swing it around. Marion Jackson with a deep three. May have been an NBA range with that. Jacking it up, hitting it, 24-21. Cardinals on the downside of this matchup currently, 4.5 remaining, and Andrew Valeri found an opening there and took it to the basket, missed that layup. The ball goes out of bounds, touched last by the Bulldogs, going to stay right here in the Cardinals' possession. Ian Tenku, after giving some good minutes to Coach Krasanzik, is going to have a seat. Mr. Energy coming back in, 21, Paul Satika. Cards down by 3. Caleb Potter, we're going to set a screen for Connor Krasanzik. Going to call a foul on Frankie Hughes, 6'4" sophomore. Sonny Johnson doesn't believe it. Again, the Cards in a bonus situation. They're one foul away by the Bulldogs from getting into that double bonus where they'd be shooting 2 with the free throw line. Right now it's still a 1-on-1 situation. Connor Krasanzik stepping to the line. 2 points on the night for Connor. The last matchup between these two teams, Connor Krasanzik was a high point man, ended up with 26 points in the game, having a big third quarter that evening with 18 of his 26 in that quarter of play. Krasanzik hits that first one, staying alive, gets to shoot a second, putting the Cardinals down by 2. And he hits that one as well. Cards down by 1, 24-23. Mr. Hagee checking back into the game for Valeri, who has a seat. So we got Caleb Potter, Connor Krasanzik, Paul Satika, Kyle Hagee, and Joey Zog in the game. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in the half. Jabron Cox at the top. Going to call a foul on the Cardinals. Nope, they're going to say that one's going against the Bulldogs. That's an offensive foul. So that's the 10th foul of the half for the Bulldogs. Double bonus situation for the Cardinals. Inbounding the ball with Satika, giving it over to Kyle Hagee. Hagee swinging it around to Caleb Potter, back over to Hagee. Hagee, the give and go, and missed the layup, and Mr. Energy with the rebound. Ended up over in Joey Zog's hands. They're going to say that's a jump ball, and it's going to be the possession arrow in favor of the visitors. Garfield Heights, the Bulldogs, with a 1-point lead, 3:49 remaining in the half. Sonny Johnson's Bulldogs looking for revenge against the Cardinals after the Cardinals won in their home court a week and a half ago. The Bulldogs, Jabron Cox bringing the ball up the court, being checked by Joey Zog. Trying to shake and bake a little bit, going to swing the ball around. Back over to Marion Jackson. He had just hit that deep three-pointer a few minutes ago. Micah Potter checking in the game. Matchup of two big men. Oh, and Joey Zaw getting up with the ball for the nice layup to give the Cards the lead, 25-24. The Bulldogs had the ball for a second, but quickly stolen back by Joey Zog. Heads up play, getting in there for the layup. Got some big bodies banging over here with Micah Potter for the Cards, number 1 at 6'9", versus number 23, Dave Bell, standing 6'10". The senior center for the Bulldogs. Still just a bonus situation for the Bulldogs as Bell's going up there for the 1-and-1 shot opportunity. And he misses the first free throw. Micah, you got to hold on to that ball. Cardinals giving it away. You can't give the Bulldogs that many looks on the offensive end. Fighting for the ball. And they're going to call a timeout. Heads up play by the Bulldogs. 25-24, the Cards with a 1-point advantage. 2:53 remaining in the first half of play. Again, whether the Cards have that lead going into half has really told the tale of the tape this season. The Cards 6-1 when they go into the second half with the lead. When they go into halftime losing, they haven't won any of those matchups as of yet. So we'll see what happens here. Couple minutes remaining in the half. Cards with a 1-point lead. Dunk for Diabetes. Cards going to be there on Sunday. This is DASJ. Match up with the number 1 and number 2 team in a News Herald top of the crop. Vikings rated number 1. Cardinals still ranked number 2. Bulldogs looking to inbound the ball. Having some difficulty, but they find a big man, Dave Bell, muscling up. Going to be an offensive foul on Dave Bell. Turn it around. Let's go the other direction. Giving it to the Cards with a 1-point advantage. Cards looking to extend that lead. Big turnover for the Bulldogs. Joey Zog looking to inbound the ball. Kyle Hagee on the court. Connor Krasanzik, Caleb Potter, and Micah Potter. Jordan Davis checking in for the Bulldogs going up against Micah. And they're going to call a travel on Hagee. Quick turnover for the Cardinals, 2:45 remaining in the half. Brandon Johnson inbounding the ball. Jabron Cox being checked by Joey Zog. One of the best Cardinal defenders, swinging it around to Kendrick Pittman, being checked by Connor Krasanzik. Pittman shaking and baking, going to kick it out to Jabron Cox. Back to Pittman. Pittman taking it to the basket, throwing a prayer up there, and he missed that prayer. And they're going to give the ball to the Cards. Cards with a chance again to extend that advantage. Tight 1-point lead. Joey Zog again looking to inbound the ball for the Cards. Kyle Hagee bringing the ball up the court, being checked by Kendrick Pittman. Going to swing it around to Connor Krasanzik. Couldn't believe he was that wide open, so he puts up the shot, but he misses the shot. Going back in the Bulldogs' direction. Krasanzik at the top, checking Pittman. Swinging it around to number 5, Jabron Cox. 6-foot senior guard for the Bulldogs. And they're going to call foul on number 35, Jordan Davis. Clearing out some room. The sophomore standing at 6'6" for the Bulldogs. Getting called for the foul. So the Cards bringing the ball up the court. Kyle Hagee looking to penetrate. Seeing what he can do. Finds Micah Potter. Going to kick it over to his brother Caleb. Caleb with the take. Kicking it out to Connor. Connor Krasanzik bringing it in, looking for the foul. Drawing the foul. He's going to get the shoot too. Oh, they're going to say that's a jump ball. It's going to stay the Cardinals' direction. That's a jump ball. So Connor Krasanzik going to look to inbound it. Going to see who he has. Better inbound that ball. Almost ran out of time, and he did. It's going to get the ball over to the Bulldogs. 5-second violation. Cleveland Cavaliers did that the other night. You can't do that. You either got to call a timeout or you got to find someone to pass that ball into. For those who watched the game the other day, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jared Jack had a chance to, Cavs down by 3 to tie the game up, and Jared Jack could not inbound the ball after 5 seconds. Didn't call a timeout, didn't pass it in. Cardinals up by 1 point though still. 1:38 remaining in the half. Brendan Johnson's going to inbound the ball. 6'7" junior for the Bulldogs. Cards picking up on defense, full court pressure. Valeri back in the game. Micah Potter is going to be going to the bench. Kyle Hagee putting some pressure on Marion Jackson. Number 25, Kendrick Pittman, dribbling the ball around, swinging it around to number 5, Jabron Cox for the Bulldogs. Jabron looking to take it, kicking it out. Pittman is going to pull up just inside that three-point line, way off on that shot. They're going to call that foul. I don't know. I thought they could have called that on number 35 for clearing out the Cardinals, but they're going to call that on the Cards. Number 5, Connor Krasanzik, picking up his second foul in the first half of play. It's going to put Jordan Davis at the line for the free throws. I thought he may have pushed Connor out of the way and cleared himself some room, but they're calling that foul on the Cards. K-Mac, Kyle McIntosh looking to check back into the game as Jordan Davis comes up short on that first free throw attempt. 25-24, the Cards still clinging out to that 1 point advantage. Definitely a low-scoring game for the Cards. And a nice rebound by Caleb Potter, the leading rebounder on the team. Andrew Valeri trying to penetrate, going to kick it out to Caleb Potter. Puts up a deep 3, coming up short. That was definitely NBA range on the distance on that 3-point attempt. Inside 1 minute to go. Cards still 1 point lead over the visiting Bulldogs at Garfield Heights. That pressure man-to-man defense by the Cards needs to tighten up a little bit here in the remaining seconds of the first half. Jabron Cox dribbling at the top. Bulldogs again maybe looking to settle for that last shot of the half. Joey Zog going to check Jabron. The 6-foot senior guard for the Bulldogs dribbling. 17 seconds remaining in the half. Cards clinging out to that 1 point lead. 25-24, we've been at this for some time. Nearly a turnover. Pittman getting a bit out of control, but finds himself in the paint, putting it up. Nice follow by Brandon Jackson. It's going to give a 1 point advantage for the Bulldogs as we go into half. 26-25 over the Cardinals.
2014 varsity juniors include Captain Amy Arslanian, Captain Amy Sen, Alexa Arslanian, Tori Hartley, Courtney Birkin, Emily Elkins, Olivia Hervey, Katie Cornwell, Nicole Mateo, Kelly McKinney, and Carly Montreux. Cardinals find themselves down by 1 point, looking to reverse the trend.
going into halftime. Every game they've led, they've won. Every game they've gone into halftime on the downside, they've lost all 7 games. So hopefully they can break that streak this evening and get back to 500 with the record on the year. Down by 1 point here. The JV game, I didn't recap that yet. Garfield Heights ended up winning that game 59-51. The JV squad for the Cardinals come in to finish this evening with a 7-6 record after that loss to Garfield Heights, the Bulldogs. Coach Lucas, one of the assistants for the varsity squad, the head coach of that JV team. Cardinals inbounding the ball here. Caleb Potter taking it to the basket, putting it up, putting it in. Leading off that second half with a nice bucket, giving the Cards a 1-point advantage. Kyle Hagee on defense here for the Cardinals. The tight man-to-man defense that the Cards love to play. Cards starting out good here. Getting a defensive rebound. Connor Krasancic pushing the ball, pushing it up, putting it in. A couple quick baskets here in the second half of play for the Cardinals, giving them a 3-point advantage after being down by 1 at halftime. 29-26 the Cards. And then quickly the Bulldogs draining a 3-pointer, tying it up 29 apiece. Connor Krasancic looking to push the ball up the court for the Cardinals. Cards look like they're a bit energized after that halftime and looking to push the ball here too. Swinging it around to Joey Zog, number 11, faking a 3-point attempt. Taking it to the hole, getting pushed by Dave Bell. So an and-one situation. Joey Zog looking to go to the free throw stripe to complete a 3-point play opportunity. That's his 7th point on the evening. Caleb Potter, the high point man, 10 points. 7 points apiece for Hagee and Zog. Zog again at the free throw stripe looking to finish off that and-one play opportunity. Dave Bell, number 23 for the Bulldogs, going to the bench early. Number 34 checking into the game for him. That's Brandon Johnson, another big man at 6'7". Joey Zog finishing off that 3-point play. Nick Filler checking in. It's Joey Zog, as Coach Krasancic customarily does after hitting that free throw, has his player take a seat. Kyle Hagee playing some tight defense here on Jabron Cox, swinging the ball around. Frankie Hughes over to Kyle Sturgis, number 11, taking the ball to the hole, drawing a foul. 1 foul apiece. Cards and Bulldogs here and early going in the second half of play. So that's going to put number 11, Kyle Sturgis, the 5'11 junior, at the free throw line. Nick Filler, that's going to be 3 fouls on the evening for a senior guard for the Cards. Sturgis goes and hits that first free throw. Putting the Bulldogs down by 2. Sturgis going to put it up, and he's going to miss that second attempt. A strong offensive board by Brandon Johnson. But the Cards getting a turnover. Connor Krasancic quickly going the other direction, showing his speed. Going to swing the ball around. Valeri back to Krasancic. Swinging it over to Kyle Hagee. Find himself wide open at the top of the key, putting up the 3, but he's short. Foul against White. Caleb Potter, number 25, picking up that foul. It's going to be his first foul of the game. Bulldogs looking to inbound the ball. Picking up full court pressure defense are the Cards. Valeri, top of the key on defense. A bit of a mismatch here with Nick Filler down low against 6'5" Willie Jackson, puts the ball in the bucket, tying the ball game up at 32 apiece. 5:55 remaining. Connor Krasancic taking it strong to the hole, drawing the foul. So Connor is going to be stepping to the free throw line. 6 points on the evening, already one quick bucket here in the second half of play. Again, when these two teams matched up last time, the Cards victorious in Garfield Heights. Krasancic was the man who really got the Cards going in that third quarter of play with 18 of his 26 points in quarter number 3. Krasancic, that bit of an unorthodox shooting style, hits free throw number 1. Joey Zog checking back into the game. So we're back to the starting lineup. Valeri, Joey Zog, Caleb Potter, Krasancic, and Mr. Hagee, Kyle Hagee. Again, the Cards without one of their top scorers, second leading scorer, Cade McClure, suffering a knee injury, sitting out this evening. Cards really miss his senior leadership in size. Gonna be a foul on the Cards. Caleb Potter looks like he picked up that personal foul.
Fouls on Mariners number 25, Caleb Potter.
That's going to be his second foul in the evening. Third foul for the Cards in this early going, second half of play. Cards up by 2. But Willie Jackson, number 2, the 6'5" forward for the Bulldogs at the free throw line, looking to tie the game up. Hitting that first free throw. Exciting night of basketball here in Mentor. Matchup with two of the area's top teams. We've been saying it almost every time that we broadcast a game. A lot of tough competition all season long for the Cardinals. Krasancic taking the ball to the bucket hard, following his own shot, kicking it out. Joey Zog going to have a nice look. Draining the three-point attempt. Joey Zog, 11 points on the night, matching his number. 37-33, the Cards with the 4-point lead. Wild shot by Brandon Johnson for the Bulldogs. Krasancic going to bring the ball up the court, going to swing it around. Turning the ball over, though. He was looking for Joey Zog. The junior guard for the Cards couldn't hold on to the ball, so the Cards need to get back on defense. Andrew Valeri picking up Kyle Sturgis full court. Need to keep up with that tough man-to-man defense. Brandon Johnson looking inside for Willie Jackson. Willie Jackson back to Johnson. Johnson putting it up strong, drawing the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line. Standing 6'7", a junior forward for the Bulldogs. Going to the line for 2 attempts. Caleb Potter picking up his 3rd foul in the second half of play. That's 4 on the Cards in half number 2. Johnson hits the first free throw to put his team down by 3 points. And he misses that second one, but another offensive board. Jackson looked like he may have traveled, but the referees did not call that. Frankie Hughes with a putback, the 6'4" guard for the Bulldogs. But the Cards were quickly on the move. Connor Krasancic taking it to the basket, 39-36, the Cards with the lead. Competition going fast and furious here as Frankie Hughes took it quickly to the other end of play. Going to a frantic pace here in the last minute for the Cards and the Bulldogs.
Joey Zog with the foul for Mentor, the second team 5th.
Cards better get back on defense. Suffering a taste of their own medicine after Connor Krasancic quickly pushed the ball up the court for that bucket, but the Cards didn't get back on defense in time with Frankie Hughes really speeding the ball up the other way for the Bulldogs at the free throw line. Just putting his team down by 2. Andrew Valeri, Kyle Hagee, Caleb Potter, Krasancic, Joey Zog, your starting lineup in the game for the Cardinals. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Cards already with 5 personal fouls in the second half. 2 away from putting the Bulldogs in that bonus situation. Caleb Potter with the strong take, drawing the foul. They're going to say no basket. They're not going to give him the continuation. This isn't the NBA, but still a foul on the Bulldogs. Good, strong take by Caleb Potter. Cards need to do a little bit more of that in the second half of play. Krasancic calling for the ball. Gonna force it up, gonna put it in. Nice bucket by Connor Krasanzik. Again, being a spark plug here in the third quarter of play versus the Bulldogs, as he did last game. Krasanzik now the high point man for the Cards with 12 points on the night. The Cards up 41-37, at 4-point lead. Michael Hours looking to check in for the Cards at the next dead ball. Jabron Cox, the senior guard, giving it over to the Bulldogs, number 20, Marion Jackson on the miss. Krasanzik again looking to show his speed and push the ball up, taking it to the hole. Didn't draw the foul that time, but good hands by Joey Zog. See what the refs call. I'm thinking it's going to be a jump ball. Showing a lot of energy for the Cards. It is a jump ball. It's going to be possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs, but still good hustle by Krasanzik and Joey Zog right there to fight for it. That next jump ball situation is going to go in favor of the Cards. 41-37, the Cardinals with a 4-point advantage. Michael Hours checking in for Caleb Potter. Cards full court pressure defense here against the Bulldogs. 41-37, 4-point lead. Causing a turnover. The ball, oh, they're going to say that one off of the Card. No, they're going to give it to the Cards. That was a turnover they forced. Good play by the Cardinals defense, forcing the Bulldogs to turn that ball over. Krasanzik, quarterback in the team, going to throw it over to Valeri. Valeri going to set things up here on offense. Michael Hours in the game for the Cards. Valeri taking it to the paint. Krasanzik going to put up a deep three. Going to come up shy on that. 3:21 remaining in the third quarter. They're going to call a foul on the Cards. Andrew Valeri's going to pick up that personal foul. That's his first on the evening. Kyle McIntosh, K-Mac, going to be checking into the game for the Cards. The sophomore guard for the Cardinals. The Bulldogs looking to bring it inside over to Jackson, Willie Jackson, number 2, picking up the foul. It's going to be Joey Zog. That's his third personal. It's putting the Bulldogs into a bonus situation, shooting a 1-and-1.
Willie Jackson shooting 1-and-1.
Willie Jackson going to step to the free throw line. Cardinals, Caleb Potter, Kyle Hagee, Joey Zog, K-Mac, and Andrew Valeri in the game right now. And the Bulldogs, Willie Jackson hits that first free throw. A distinct size advantage right now for the Bulldogs. Got some big guys on the court compared to the Cardinals. Willie Jackson standing 6'5". They got Brandon Johnson in there at 6'7". Don't forget about Frankie Hughes, 6'4". So Krasanzik's going to go to his tallest player, 6'9", Micah Potter, the sophomore forward for the Cards in the game.
For the Bulldogs, 23,
K-Mac looking to inbound the ball, and the Bulldogs look like they're going to present full court pressure on defense that the Cards are going to have to break, and they turn the ball over. Kyle Sturgis with the rip and a quick bucket, tying the ball game up at 41 apiece. Cards got to be a lot more careful with the ball than that. Kyle McIntosh forcing the issue. K-Mac still with the dribble. Gonna swing the ball around. Kyle Hagee with the fake, gonna take, drawing the foul. 3 fouls, that's gonna be number 4 on the Bulldogs in the second half of play. So the Cardinals gonna be inbounding that ball. Hagee looking to inbound the ball for the Cardinals. The senior guard that the Cards are glad to have back in action tonight after missing the previous 2 games. All knotted apiece at 41, the Cards and the Bulldogs. And a turnover almost by the Cards, but it goes off the hands of Willie Jackson, letting the Cards keep it on the offensive side, luckily. Number 2, Kyle Hagee is going to be inbounding the ball again for the Cards. Caleb Potter going to swing it around to Andrew Valeri. Valeri nearly it turned over again. We're back in the hands of Andrew. Going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. Looks like Kendrick Pittman going to pick up that foul. And that's quickly 5 fouls in the second half of play for the Bulldogs. 2 away from the bonus situation are the Cards. Hagee again looking to inbound the ball. Got his safety net over there, Micah Potter. Handed it off to point guard Andrew Valeri. Potter with the pick. Caleb Potter with the ball, gonna put it up, gonna put it in for the big bucket. Caleb Potter, much needed basket for the Cards. 12 points on the evening for Caleb, the senior forward. The Bulldogs swinging the ball around. Willie Jackson down low. Goes right around Caleb Potter. Looked like he was just trying to avoid picking up another foul. He's already got 3 on the evening, but didn't give much of an effort with that Olay defense. Letting Willie Jackson go right around him for the easy bucket to tie the game up. But Caleb Potter on the other end of play, putting up the 3, coming up shy. Bulldogs on the move. Not many second shot opportunities on offense for the Cardinals. Definitely missing 6'7" Cade McClure this evening. Number 4, that's going to be Hughes putting up the ball for the Bulldogs, coming up shy, quickly on the move. K-Mac going to swing it around to Caleb Potter, putting up a floater, coming up shy, but Micah with the strong rebound. He's going to be going to the free throw line. Micah Potter, so far he's got 1 point on the evening, matching his jersey number, hoping to add to his total and give the Cards an advantage here to pull ahead of the Bulldogs. Currently tied up these 2 squads. Kyle McIntosh, Andrew Valeri, Caleb Potter, Kyle Hagee, and the man at the free throw line hitting that first attempt, Micah Potter. As quick as I give you the lineup, as quick as Coach Krasancic's going to put in a couple subs here. Got Joey Zog back in the game, and we also got Connor Krasancic coming back in the game. So McIntosh and Valeri going to the bench. The 2 sophomore guards having a seat. Cards up by 1. As Micah misses free throw number 2. The Bulldogs quickly on the move. Swinging the ball around. Willie Jackson showing some range, putting up the 3, dropping the 3. 1 point advantage for the Bulldogs. Connor Krasancic looking to dribble, penetrate, kicking out to Joey Zog, the junior guard for the Cards. Caleb Potter, surprised he didn't put it up. He had an opening for that 3, but he's taking it strong to the basket, taking it strong, putting it in for the quick layup. 14 points on the night for Caleb, the high point man for the Cards. Inside a minute of play. Cards up by 1, 46-45. Half a minute remaining. The Bulldogs swinging it around. Pittman on a 3-point attempt. He had a lot of space, but he missed that 3-point. Kyle Hagee giving it over to Caleb Potter, taking it strong. Swatted back though. Quickly going the other direction for the Bulldogs with the numbers. Willie Jackson for the layup, giving the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. Cards on the offensive end of play. Inside 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Connor Krasancic inside 5. Gonna have to do something with it. Gonna put up the floater, gonna miss it. Micah Potter, not enough time for a putback. So just as we ended the 2nd quarter of play, the Bulldogs with a 1-point advantage at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's gonna be a tight one going down the stretch. Connor Krasancic looking to inbound the ball for the Cards. Gonna kick it back to Michael Hours. Gonna give it right back to the quarterback, Connor Krasancic. Krasancic really stepped up his intensity in that 3rd quarter for the Cards, and again, beginning off the 4th quarter play, nice take by Connor, drawing the foul, and he's going to be stepping to the line for a 1-on-1 situation as the Bulldogs are in the bonus. Connor with 12 points on the night, scoring distribution spread out between number of the players for the Cards. 14 for Caleb Potter, 13 now for Connor Krasancic, who's at the line looking for 14 coming up here. Number 11, Joey Zog, matching his jersey with 11 points on the night. Cards got to be careful though. They got a couple players with 3 personal fouls entering this 4th quarter of play. That would be Caleb Potter and also Joey Zog. Nick Filler in the game. Providing some good defense for the Cards, and a rip by Joey Zog, and he's on the run for the Cards. Gonna kick it over to Connor Krasanzik. Joey Zog's been all over the place this evening on the offensive side and on the defense with some nice defensive rips. Connor Krasanzik forcing the issue, bringing it in to paint. Michael Hours fighting for the ball. And they're gonna end up giving the ball to the Bulldogs.
Jump ball, possession goes to Garfield.
Jump ball and a possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs. Good intensity by Michael Hours, who checked into the game. And they're going to end up giving a foul on Nick Filler. Number 23, the senior guard for the Cards. I think we're going to see, yes we are, number 2, Kyle Hagee checking in for Nick Filler. Just picked up that foul. 1-on-1 shooting situation. Jabron Cox, the senior 6-foot guard for the Bulldogs, stepping to the line. 48-47, the Cards with a 1-point advantage in the 4th quarter of play. That's 8 fouls in the 2nd half for the Cards. Missing that 1-on-1 first free throw, so it's going to go in the direction of the Cards. Connor Krasanzik on the move. Trying to pick up the intensity on offense as the Cards definitely in the 2nd half here. Caleb Potter looking for a screen, calling for it, no one's giving it to him. Clearing it out a little bit, looking to take it in, and oh, he's gonna come up well shy on that floater attempt. Cards gotta get back on defense. Throwing the alley-oop pass, the Bulldogs over to Willie Jackson, well short, so the Cards on the move in the other direction. Caleb Potter to Connor Krasanzik for the 3-point attempt. Coming up shy. Going in the other direction, Hughes, number 4 for the Bulldogs, blowing the layup. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Going to go the other direction. Mentor's ball. Kyle Hagee slowing it down a little bit here. Cards with a 1-point advantage. Caleb Potter swinging it over to Connor Krasanzik. Connor going to settle the team down a little bit here. Swinging it around over to Kyle Hagee. On the perimeter, Caleb Potter. Calling a foul on blue 5, Jabron Cox. It's going to be 8 fouls in the 2nd half of play for the Bulldogs. So a 1-on-1 shooting situation again for Connor Krasanzik. Krasanzik coming into the night at 77.8% with his free throw shooting percentage, so pretty good for Connor. As he calmly hits that first free throw. Again, he's having a big night against Garfield Heights. Led the team in scoring in game number 1 against the matchup between these two teams. And right now he's leading the team in scoring with 15 points. Connor had 26 in that first game, that victory in Garfield Heights. Calmly hits free throw number 2 as well. Cards with the 3-point advantage, 50-47, 16 points on the evening for Krasanzik. Much of that in the 2nd half of play where he's really picked up the pace for the Cards. Michael Hours in the game for the Cards. Looking inside for Willie Jackson. Good hands in there by Connor Krasanzik, but they're going to call a foul on him. That's his 3rd foul on the night. Krasanzik thought he may have had a clean hand on the ball there, but they're going to call a foul on him. So Willie Jackson going to the line. It's 9 fouls in the 2nd half. One away from the double bonus for the Bulldogs. The sophomore forward for the Bulldogs hits free throw number 1, so he gets a 2nd free throw opportunity. Putting his team down by 2 points, 50-48. Cards with the advantage. Willie Jackson, a high point man for the Bulldogs, 16 points on the night. Good looking sophomore forward for the Bulldogs. And he misses that 2nd free throw attempt. Rebounded by Caleb Potter over to Connor Krasanzik. The Cards quickly on the move. Krasanzik surveying the territory, going to take it into paint again. Michael Hours over to Kyle Hagee to Caleb Potter. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Cards looking to break, and Michael Hours getting a little bit sloppy, but holding on to the ball for Connor Krasanzik. Set up for the three, hit a three, a big one. The deep three-pointer for Connor Krasanzik. 19 points on the night, giving the Cards a 5-point advantage, 53-48, with 5:20 remaining in the game. Krasanzik really stepping up big in his second half of play, picking up the pace for the Cards, setting the tone on defense and offense. From inside, from outside, Connor Krasanzik getting the Cards on the move, and Mr. Hagee on the move number 2 for the Cards, but Michael Hours been all over the place tonight. Caleb Potter for 3, spotting up, oh, the crowd was ready to go wild if he would have dropped that one. Coming up just shy on that 3-point attempt, with the Bulldogs on the move in the other direction. Oh, it looked like a travel. Referee, what are you doing not calling that? Kicking it back out to Kyle Sturgis. The junior guard for the Bulldogs, trying to settle his team down a little bit. Willie Jackson down low to sophomore forward. Putting it up, putting it in. 18 points for Willie Jackson. Putting his team down by 3. Menor with a 3-point advantage, 53-50. Again, the Cards really need this victory to bring themselves back up to 500 on the season. The Cards coming into this matchup 6-7 on the season, 2-3 in NOC Valley Division play. Looking to sweep the season series versus the visiting Garfield Heights Bulldogs.
4-0-0-4.
Garfield Heights definitely a tough team though. Cards got to feel good about themselves, about how they're playing against tough competition. Garfield Heights ranked number 9, Clay Dealer top 25. Right now the Cards do not even find themselves ranked. Looking to get back in that top 25. Number 1 in that top 25, St. Edward Eagles. Number 2, Shaker Heights Red Raiders. The Cards are going to play again in a couple games here. Tough matchups coming up. Garfield Heights, and then Sunday against VASJ, followed at Shaker Heights on January the 31st. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. The Cards with the 3-point lead. The Cards with the ball. Kyle Hagee looking to inbound it. The Bulldogs picking up full court pressure defense. Connor Krasanzik gonna bring the ball up the court after receiving that inbound pass. Picking up the pace. Jabron Cox playing tight defense on him. Joey Zog with the ball. He's been having a good evening as well. Swinging around to Caleb Potter. Trying to find the open man, Michael Hours. Back to Caleb. Caleb Potter, the senior forward for the Cards. Connor Krasanzik posted up down low, wanted the ball, didn't get it to him. Over to Kyle Hagee. Kyle Hagee at the top of the key. Willie Jackson guarding him. Cardinals passing the ball around, trying to find a wide open shot. The Bulldogs really playing some tight pressure defense, but Connor Krasanzik barreling his way to the basket. Going to be picking up the foul against the Bulldogs. Krasanzik, 19 points on the night, looking to add to that total as he goes to the free throw stripe. Again, Krasanzik, a pretty good free throw shooter, coming in at 78% on the season. Senior really showing his leadership here in the second half of play. Cards minus one of their senior leaders, Cade McClure. Krasanzik really stepping up the intensity, forcing the issue on offense and getting his hands in there and sticking his nose in there for some tight pressure defense too. Showing some offensive skill, dropping that first free throw from that 1-on-1 situation. 20 points on the evening, the high point man, Krasanzik, giving the Cards a 4-point advantage, 54-50 over the visiting Garfield Heights Bulldogs. And he hits free throw number 2 as well. Going to be a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor. Menor calls a quick timeout with a 5-point lead. Coach Krasanzik, you know he really wants this victory as well. Trying to motivate the crew on the sidelines, getting them prepared for this final remaining minutes of the game. See if they can hold on to the 5-point lead. The big man for the Bulldogs, number 23, Dave Bell, going to be going to Ohio State to play for the Buckeyes next season. Hasn't seen a whole lot of action in the second half of play. He's picking up a lot of free throws. Sonny Johnson keeping him on the bench. Benefiting the Cardinals not having 6'10" presence on the defensive side for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs really been led by another standout on their team, is sophomore Willie Jackson with 18 points. As they break the timeout, the Cards looking to finish it off here. Remaining minutes of play, 5-point lead. 6-7 record on the season. The Cards looking to get back to 500. 9 more regular season games for the Cards before they get that hopeful push to the playoffs to defend their Division I state basketball crown.
3:40 left in quarter.
Willie Jackson, number 2 for the Bulldogs, looking to inbound the ball. The 6'5" sophomore. Cards picking up full court pressure. Jabron Cox, number 5, bringing it up the court, being checked by Kyle Hagee. Pete Stark, Cardinal TV, happy to bring the game to you again, as we do with all the home games. You can check us out on YouTube, Cardinal TV Menor YouTube, or on Time Warner Cable, channel number 96. Check your local listings. It's going to be a turnover, giving the ball to the Cardinals, 55-50. The Cards with a 5-point lead, getting the ball back with 3:16 remaining. Joey Zog looking to inbound the ball. Bulldogs picking up the Cards, full court pressure. Connor Krasanzik breaking free. Bringing the ball up the court. Double team by the Bulldogs. Someone better go to him. Finding the open man, Joey Zog. Good job coming to the ball, but it's going to go off his foot. Going to go out of bounds. Turnover for the Cards. They're going to say it's Cardinal ball. Referees discussing the situation, and they're going to change that initial ruling, giving the ball to the Bulldogs. So back in Menor's hands, Connor Krasanzik into Caleb Potter. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Swinging it around, dangerous pass over to Connor Krasanzik. Kyle Hagee, the senior guard, being trapped. Got to find the open man. Over and back is going to be the call. Cardinals turn the ball over that time. Sonny Johnson telling his guys to trap the Cardinal players when they can, and it's taking the Cards by surprise on a couple occasions. Offensive players for the Cards, when they see their teammates being trapped, got to break to the ball to give them some help. Bulldogs swinging the ball around, looking inside for their big man, number 2, Willie Jackson. Kicking it out to Pittman. Pittman going to size up the 3, going to put it up, going to be off. Brandon Jackson, the rebound, kicking it back out to Pittman. Swinging it around to Cox. Jabron Cox. Top of the court for the Bulldogs, going to swing it around, going to go out of bounds. Pittman couldn't hold on to it. Turnover, going to go in Menor's direction. 5-point lead for the Cards, 2:25 remaining in the game. Joey Zog again looking to inbound the ball. As Krasanzik steps up, receives the inbound pass. Gonna force the issue, gonna take it to the paint, gonna draw the foul. Oh, no foul, just a ball going out of bounds. It's gonna remain Cardinal direction. I thought he drew some contact. He was looking to pick up a foul. But good intensity, especially in the second half of play by Connor Krasanzik. Picking up the pace and the intensity, setting the tone for this whole Cardinal squad. Senior leadership really paying off. Trying to inbound the ball to Michael Hours. Good hands by the Bulldogs. Brandon Johnson, 6'7" with the long arms, poking that ball out of bounds. Krasanzik, the football quarterback this year, looking to inbound and pass it in. Someone's got to help him out. Going to a safety net, Caleb Potter at the top. 2:12 remaining in the game. The Cards with a 5-point lead. There's the trap again. There's another turnover, but good hands by Hagee. Calling a timeout. Looked like he may have been calling that timeout before the jump ball, but they're going to call it a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Cardinals, but Coach Krasanzik pretty upset. It looked, sure the heck looked like There was a timeout that was called by Hagee before that jump ball, but regardless, that's what the referee's decision is, and good thing that it still remains Cardinal possession. And now we do have a timeout on the floor as the referee explains their ruling over to Kyle Hagee, the senior guard for the Cards. Glad to have him back in the game after missing the previous 2 outings. Cards are 1-1 without Hagee. Cardinals up 55-50. Connor Krasancic, the high point man on the night, 21 points for the senior guard for the Cards. Caleb Potter with 14 points on the evening. Joey Zog, 11 points. High point man for the Bulldogs out of Garfield Heights. Again, Willie Jackson on 18 points. Both teams with 9 personal fouls in the second half of play, so both teams one shy of letting the other squad go in a double bonus situation where they would be shooting 2 free throws. Connor Krasancic looking to inbound the ball. 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the game. Cards hoping to hold on to the 5-point lead to get back up to 500 on the season. Again, trapping the Cards, and the Cards going to call timeout. Coach Sonny Johnson probably wishing he instilled the trapping defense all night long. It's causing the Cardinals nothing but problems here. Coach Krasancic's going to talk it through with his guys. Talking about how to break that trapping situation they continue to find themselves in the previous few minutes of play. 55-50, the Cards with the lead. Hoping to get their 7th victory on the season to go even at 7-7. Sunday going to be again a big matchup versus the Villa Angela St. Joseph Vikings. Coach Quentin Kwasniak on hand tonight, scouting out the game for the Vikings. Nice weekend for the Cards if they can get a couple victories here and go over 500. Something they haven't done yet this year. Or since early in the season, I should say. They started out the season in a hole after losing game number 1 to Shaker Heights. They did win their next 2 games, so they were 2-1 early in the season. But again, a lot of tough competition throughout the year for the Cards. It's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. 1:57 remaining in the game. Cards up by 5. The senior forward, Caleb Potter, going to be stepping to the line. Caleb going to be stepping up there again, matching his teammate Connor Krasancic with the 78% free throw percentage. Caleb leading the team in scoring at 18 points, 6 tonight. 5.5 rebounds also leads the team.
Back in the game for the Cardinals, number 3, Andrew Valeri.
Caleb Potter missing that first free throw. Looking to hit the second attempt. Cards now in a double bonus situation. He drops that one, giving the Cards a 6-point lead inside 2 minutes to play. Jabron Cox bringing the ball up the court for the Bulldogs. Crossover dribble, taking it to the paint, putting it up. Oh, and nearly got that bucket, but he's going to the free throw stripe. Jabron Cox, 6 points out of the evening for the Bulldogs, providing the senior leadership for Garfield Heights at 6 foot. The guards stepping to the free throw line. We set the Cardinal lineup. We have Andrew Valeri now checking in, along with Kyle Hagee, Joey Zog, Connor Krasancic, and Caleb Potter. Starting lineup back intact for the Cards with inside 2 minutes to play. Both teams in a double bonus situation with 10 fouls apiece in the second half. Missing that second free throw from Brandon Johnson with the big rebound for Bulldogs. Frankie Hughes with the quick bucket for the Bulldogs, putting his team only down by 4 points. Caleb Potter breaking that press. Kicking it over to Kyle Hagee. Valeri back to Hagee, over to Connor Krasancic, 1:24 in the game. Cards turning the ball over though. Uh-oh. Ron Cox going quickly the other direction. Frankie Hughes going to put up a deep three-point attempt. Coming up well shy. Ball into the hands of Joey Zog. There's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. Joey Zog hobbling a little bit, shaking it off though as he jogging in the other direction towards the free throw line. His Red Sox, red shoes. 11 points on the night. Looking to add to that total. We're looking to get the Cardinals a little bit farther ahead than they currently are. 56-52. 4-point lead for the Cards with 1:11 to play. Double bonus situation. Joey Zog hits that first free throw. Everybody else was relaxing. We know he's going to be shooting two. 12 points on the night for Joey. Having a good all-round game. Getting ready to check in. Michael Hours himself having a pretty solid evening.
Back in for better number 32, Michael Hours.
Going to be checking in for Andrew Valeri. Going to get some size and defensive presence for Zanzig's team. Michael Hours, number 32. 1 minute to play. Cards up by 6. Into the big man, Willie Jackson, fighting down low. Brandon Johnson, the rebound and the putback, drawing the foul. Going to be stepping to the line, trying for the three-point play opportunity. The junior forward for the Bulldogs, with a strong offensive board and putback. Putting his team down by 4 points. Flip-flop. Michael Hours going to the sideline. He was in there for his defensive presence, but Andrew Valeri back in the game for his sure-handedness and offensive awareness. 4-point lead for the Cards. Brandon Johnson looking to chip away at that and finish off this three-point play. 51 seconds remaining in the game. Cards hoping to hang on. Sonny Johnson looking for some clarification from the referee. Brandon Johnson finishing off that three-point play, putting his team down by 3. Still a lot of time left on the clock, 51 seconds remaining. Again, the Cards have been struggling a little bit here in the fourth quarter of play with that trapping defense that Sonny Johnson's been instilling for his Bulldogs.
30-second timeout, Garfield Heights.
Both teams set to talk it over here. High point man on the night for the Cards, 21 points, Connor Krzanzik. Right behind him is 15 points for Caleb Potter and 13 for Joey Zog. Those are the 3 Cards in double digits. Only 1 player in double digits for the Bulldogs. It would be number 2, Willie Jackson, still sitting on 18, as he's been for a while. Hopefully we keep him right there. 3-point lead for the Cards. Going down to the wire, 51 seconds remaining in the game. Kyle Hagee looking to inbound the ball. Full court press for the Bulldogs. Finding Connor Krzanzik. There's that trap. Joey Zog breaking that trap. That's what you got to do. Find the open man. Someone come to the ball. Andrew Valeri wide open down low. Hagee missed him. Calling the timeout though for the Cards. 41 seconds remaining in the game. Missed the wide open Andrew Valeri, who was down low. Nobody checking him. Bulldogs intent on doing that trapping defense. Someone's going to be wide open. You got to keep your head up and be looking across the court for the Cards when they got the ball. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. Game time. This is what it's all about. Cardinals haven't seen a lot of games where it goes down to the wire like this, but it's good to see them on the positive side of the scorecard. 58-55. Timeout comes to an end. Connor Krzanzik looking to inbound the ball. Cards setting up. Krzanzik surveying the territory against Joey Zog, his safety net. There's that trap, and Joey Zog breaking the trap. He's got his man down low. Caleb Potter for an easy bucket down low, giving the Cards a 5-point advantage. Nice find. Joey Zog having a real nice all-around night. Willie Jackson putting up the deep shot for the Bulldogs. That's not his specialty. Caleb Potter's going to be fouled as he's got 15 points on tonight, looking to step to the line to add to that total and add to the Cardinals' lead. Cardinals having a good all-around game. Senior leadership with Hagee, Krasanzik, and Caleb Potter. Andrew Valeri pitching in quite a bit. Michael Hours, good contributions off the bench. But you can't say enough about junior guard Joey Zog. He's been all over the place. That last possession, breaking that trap that the Bulldogs were trying to apply, split it right up the middle and found Caleb Potter down low for the layup. Caleb Potter again at the line, hit that first free throw. Calmly drops the second one as well. 78% free throw percentage shooter, hitting them both. Giving the Cards a 7-point lead, 22 seconds remaining in the game. Jabron Cox taking a strong. Brandon Johnson with the follow. Another offensive board for the Bulldogs. Willie Jackson grabbing it, putting it up, putting it in. Bulldogs with that size advantage really been getting that offensive rebounding advantage all night, getting second and third looks. But the Cards with a 5-point lead here should be able to hold on. 10 fouls apiece for both of these teams in the second half of play. Willie Jackson, 20 points on the night, the high point man for the Bulldogs. Cards ever so close to getting back to 500 on the season. Hoping to get to 7-7. It'll make them 500 in the NOC Valley Conference as well. Cards will have the opportunity to again go over 500 on a year as they face tough competition of VASJ, the Vikings, Walsh College, and the Dunk for Diabetes showcase. It's going to be going on this Sunday. Actually, the showcase taking place Saturday and Sunday, but the Cards will be matching up against VASJ Sunday at 4:45. 11 seconds remaining in the game. The Cards with the 5-point advantage. Caleb Potter going to inbound the ball this time, but he's on the sideline, passing over to Connor Krasanzik, over to Joey Zog. Joey Zog putting the ball on the floor, looking to break the press, picking up, drawing the foul, drawing the contact. 7.8 seconds remaining in the game. Joey Zog, 13 points on the night, going to be going to the free throw stripe.
His first.
Hard to say who the MVP would be this evening, but second half, Connor Krasanzik and Joey Zog really standing out to me with their intensity on both offense and defense, and also Caleb Potter too. Joey Zog dropping that first free throw. 14 points on the night for Zog. Putting the Cards up 63-57. Back to a 6-point advantage. Let's make it 7. Joey Zog hitting both of those free throws. 76% free throw shooter, Zog. Inside 5 seconds to play. Cards are going to get the victory here. 64-57, the Cards with the victory at home. Cards go to 7-7 on the season. 64-57 victory over the visiting Garfield Heights Bulldogs. Pete Stark, Cardinal TV. Glad you could join us. Good luck to the Cards as they face off against VASJ in a couple days on Sunday. But a very satisfying victory tonight for the Cardinals. 64-57 over Garfield Heights Bulldogs. We'll see you next time. Go Cards.